I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two elbows. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna.
Today is the official start to my 3rd week of the 12-week year. Oh, today has been a day though, let me tell you. So one of our cats is actually very prone to UTIs, and she just got one last night, and she was totally fine and just woke up. And usually whenever she starts to get one, she can't really control her pee very well. She's never been fully stable. My dad found her in really bad condition a long time ago, so I don't know what happened to her before he got to her, but anyways, she's never really been fully able to control her bladder. But she'll wake up and start dribbling everywhere, and then you'll start seeing a little bit of blood in there. She's just uncomfortable. She gets very wound up. So we were up the majority of the night just trying to like comfort her, because we have this waterproof blanket we keep on our bed so she can sleep with us, and that way we don't get peed on. But we have a waterproof blanket and we just try to keep her on that. So we were up until probably like 3 o'clock in the morning with her, just trying to help her get some sleep. We took her to the vet this morning. They gave her an antibiotic and some pain medicine, so that's all good. We're gonna get her all healed. It's literally, she has a really great vet, and this vet has helped her through multiple UTIs. So yeah, it is basically, it's afternoon now, so my day has started way later than what I had anticipated, and I feel so behind. I feel like half of my day is gone and I'm so sleepy. I've got to just push through, because I'm not gonna let life dictate my success with my 12-week year. I've done that in the past. I'm not doing that anymore. I have the power to still show up for myself, so that is what I'm doing. Even though my day is halfway over and I only got maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep last night, we're doing it. We're still doing it, and I'm just getting myself some momentum for the day. And sometimes it's all you can do is just get some momentum, get some little wins going. And honestly, my workout is like my foundation for the day. But all to say, Tums is doing great. She has her medicine. She's resting right now. She's hydrated. So she is on the mend, and that was honestly my entire goal for the day, was to make sure she was okay. So now that she's okay, I'm gonna move on to my 12-week year. But yeah, if you have any pets, I'm sending them all of the love and all the positive energy, because truly they're like our children. When they are sick, like everything is off. Your entire world is off. So yeah, sending your pets all of my love and positivity. But today I was really just thinking about how people put themselves into almost like a very anxious state whenever there's a new season coming, but especially summer. Like you start to feel really frustrated and, like I said, anxious because you haven't hit your fitness goals yet. You just aren't where you thought you would be. Trust me, I get it. I have felt that so many times in the past, but today I just wanted to tell you exactly how to ditch that mindset of not being ready, and how to just enjoy where you are now and enjoy summer itself. Even if it's not exactly what you had anticipated it to be, you can still enjoy it, okay? Even if you haven't hit 100% on your goals, even if you've hit 20%, yeah, that's not where you want to be, but it's 20% further than where you were. So no matter what, you are and can be in a better spot, and enjoy summer for what it is, and you don't have to wait to be happy. And that is something that I feel like a lot of people do. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I have personally ditched that mindset, because like I said, I have felt that feeling in the past where you feel so behind on your goals, and around like the January, February time, you're like, okay, this summer is going to be different. I'm going to be this, and this. I'm going to go travel here. I'm going to do this, and this. and it just doesn't pan out the way that you think, and you start to see people's highlight reels on social media of traveling, and just it looks like they're having the time of their lives, which if they are, good for them, but it can set a lot of unrealistic expectations. I almost just poked my eye out. Okay, we're good. We're going to flip the script on that anxious feeling, okay? We're gonna tell it to get the heck out of here because we don't have time for that. Because summer, and even honestly life itself, is not about performance. It is about presence and joy and building a life from the inside out that feels good to you, and not just one that looks good online. So if you have been overthinking, you've been comparing, and you've been spiraling just a little bit, then this video is for you. But between the vet and just not getting any sleep, I haven't eaten today, which if you have heard me talk about my 12-week year, I'm really working to stay in a calorie deficit and eating really high protein. And when I say really high protein, I say at least like 100 to 120 grams a day. So what I'm gonna do, I think, even though it is afternoon, I think I'm gonna make my breakfast for lunch. I don't really care because I think my breakfast is so well balanced and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. And it's like over 50 grams of protein. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm literally trying to put that quote into action, follow the plan and not the mood, because if I follow the mood today, I would be in bed watching Survivor, okay? I almost didn't even film because I was so tired today, but I wanted to, and I'm really proud of myself for persevering. So we're gonna keep this train rolling and get a high protein breakfast in. But here's the thing that I think it's incredibly important to remember is that anxiety is a completely normal feeling, okay? We have all felt anxious at some point in our lives, and even the people that seem the most confident and like they have their whole life put together, whether it's online or someone that you can think about in person, they feel it too. But the problem is that we have painted anxiety as this huge paralyzing thing. We've made it something that has made us either broken or weak, when in reality, anxiety is literally just fear. It's negative self-talk. It's your mind spinning scenarios and stories into your head into the most possible worst case scenario. Trust me, I have been there. I'm the worst at it. I will immediately think of worst case scenario and start freaking myself out. I'm notorious for that. You can ask anybody around me. But as you start thinking these stories more and more, your body starts to actually believe that it's true. And your thoughts create your emotions send signals to your body, and then your body sends them right back to your brain. So if you have been feeling anxious, it's probably because your body and your mind have been trained to feel that way. And this is based on repeated thoughts. It's been proven that 95% of your thoughts every single day are the exact same thoughts that you had the day before. So of course you're gonna feel anxious about certain situations because you're literally having the same thoughts. You are literally repeating your patterns over and over and over again. It's okay to feel anxious. It really is. It is completely normal. But what is not okay is sitting in it and stewing in it and letting it call the shots in your life. Here's a crazy thought. What if your anxiety that you feel is a sign that something in your mindset needs to shift? And once you can see anxiety as a signal and not your identity, that is whenever things really start to change and you can make that mental shift. That's whenever you stop just reacting to things and you actually start reprogramming your thoughts that are causing you to feel anxious in the first place. Something that has really helped me is asking myself, if I felt my most confident, what would I do? That question just cuts through all the noise in your head and it cuts through all the spiraling. And when I ask myself that, my answer is that I would just move. I wouldn't think. It's easy to put so much space between your initial thought and taking action. So if I felt my most confident, I would never question anything that I even thought about doing because I would just believe that I could do it. And that feeling of being anxious, it actually stems from fear. But we have to actively reframe these fears into something else. We cannot just wait for our fears to disappear. We can't out-journal them. We can't out-manifest them. We have to actually face them. It's your job to challenge the fear and rewrite the script. I actually had to do this with driving. I actually got into a really bad car accident back in high school, and ever since then, I was so terrified to drive. But being in real estate, I had to get over that fear of driving, and I was forced to go to places I don't normally go to, parts of town that I haven't been to in years. So that really pushed me out of that because I had to face that fear of driving. And of course, a lot of the times I was alone. So I had to deal with it. I had to figure out how I could face this fear I had of being hit again. I would literally pass cars on the highway, and I could already feel the impact of if they hit me because I'd already felt that before and how terrifying that was. It just made me an incredibly anxious, and if you actually could be an overly cautious driver, I would be it. But having to face that has made me feel so much more comfortable driving than what I did even like 2 years ago. So you have to face these fears because that is how you take your power back. You cannot let anything in life take your power, because if you do, then it's out of your control, and we need things in our control so we can actually put the action in to change it. And if you ever give power to anybody else, oh no, is this cracked? This egg is stuck in the carton. I think it's cracked. Oh, that's annoying. Anyway, but if you give your power to anything or anybody else in life, you've already lost. You have to take responsibility for everything, even if it seems like the circumstance was completely out of your control. You have to somehow put it back in your control, not blame yourself, but say, okay, I'm responsible for how I respond to this. Just like this morning, I love my cats more than anything, and whenever one of them is sick, any of them are sick, I get incredibly upset and I'm completely off my game. But I made sure as her mom that she was taken care of. Now I know she's taken care of. I can focus on what I need to focus on, even though I still feel off. I'm just taking the control back because yes, I can't control her getting a UTI completely. I can take every precaution that I can, which I do, but if she gets one, she gets one, and I have to just handle the situation with grace and move on, and how I respond to that situation dictates the results that I get. It's a lesson I've really learned with doing the 12-week year as well, because it really just comes down to how serious you take your goals. Reframing your fears is something that we have to really focus on, because if you can reframe those fears that you're feeling anxious about, because that's where the anxiety is stemming from, you will completely kick it. You will completely kick it and take back control of your life. But I'm gonna go ahead and make my breakfast because it's been such a long morning. I'm so hungry. The clouds are actually coming in and I think it's gonna rain, so I'm just gonna enjoy a cozy breakfast / lunch brunch situation with my book and get some more of my 12-week year habits done. So let's get breakfast going because I am so hungry.
Oh, bring me back to that day. I had all of this waiting ahead. It feels to be halfway alive since I had you, and I want till I see you again. I don't mind to spend a little time away. Want your hands and our pixels on a web. Done with this internet.
lunch slash breakfast brunch was so good. I was so hungry. Let me tell you, if you have not tried cottage cheese in your eggs, what the heck are you even doing? It's literally extra protein and it makes them so creamy and more dense, and it's just a really easy way to just switch up your eggs. I can get tired of eggs so quickly, so just tossing in that cottage cheese makes a world of a difference. So give it a try if you haven't. But that whole breakfast is like 40 to 50 grams of protein. I have my collagen in my coffee, so that adds an extra 10 grams. And then the sausage from Trader Joe's, and just the whole combination. It is so good. Lots of protein, fruits, and of course I got in my reading. I have to read at least 10 minutes a day, so I squeezed in a little session with Atomic Habits. And it did start raining, so it was thundering, and it was just really nice to just drink my hot coffee, listen to the rain, and read for a little bit. It just, especially after such a hectic morning, it was a nice way to just recharge and just level back out my energy. I honestly was feeling anxious this morning, so that really helped. And I've noticed that even whenever we try to challenge our anxiety, or we even try to shift our mindset about it, we fall into a different sort of trap. We find that we try to overcorrect the feeling by doing more. We basically try to just hustle our way into confidence, which you just cannot do that. There's this quiet kind of burnout that you feel whenever you are constantly doing, you're checking boxes, and you're even succeeding. And while all of that is great, it can feel like it's not even connected to you. It's not at all connected to your values, your joy, or even your why. We live in a world that just rewards output, but it's not about doing more. It's actually about doing what aligns with you. You really have to focus on alignment over achievement, because when you're actually in alignment with something, you're not just constantly forcing energy that you don't have towards it. When you're in alignment, you're showing up from a place of clarity. So the next time that you're feeling anxious, try really hard to figure out the root cause of it, and ask if it's something that's even in alignment with you. And if it's not, just give yourself permission to let it go, because it's not going to serve you. It's going to keep draining you of your joy and your energy to where you can't go put it towards the things that truly do align with you and make you feel amazing and that serve that higher purpose you feel like you're actually here for. Something else that really helps me, and I know this might sound a little woo-woo, but I love to take like a future self snap. It's basically this tiny moment where I take a step back and I think about that version of me that I want to be, and how she's already on the other side of whatever it is that's stressing me out. She's calm. She's collected. She's already done this. She's good. And just picturing that version of yourself tells you, like, it gives you this sense of calm of like, hey, I'm gonna be okay. There's a version of me that has already gone through this, and she's fine. I know I'm gonna be fine too. And it's not faking it. It's a way for you to familiarize yourself with success so that it doesn't feel so far away. And just like Joe Dispenza says, your body and your mind, they don't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So if you're able to really channel that version of you, you can start showing up like her. And you can literally start that right now. You don't have to wait for success. You don't have to wait for the perfect body or anything. All you have to do is just channel that feeling, and you will literally start becoming her in the moment. And that is the shift that you want, and when your energy truly changes. And whenever your energy changes, your entire life will change, I promise. Which is why it is so incredibly important to focus on your energy over aesthetics. So really think about what would make you feel energized and alive this summer, and that's what you need to focus on. Not just because something looks good on social media or just looks good on Pinterest. Whatever you do needs to make sure it is in alignment with you and your energy, and that's all that matters. You shouldn't put so much pressure on yourself to have the perfect body, have the perfect vacation scheduled, and have the perfect looking summer. Really ask yourself, what would make you feel energized and alive this summer? What would actually nourish you? Because the truth is, a lot of us are so focused on how things look that we forget to tend to how we feel. We tend to want to do certain things because it looks good online, when in reality, we may not even really care to do it. You're literally chasing the visuals over your own vitality, and that is just so toxic. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of it too, but we have to be aware of it. We don't need to feel anxious about it, okay? You don't need to feel anxious about not having the perfect body, not hitting the goals that you want to hit, not having all these vacations lined up and everything just because everybody else does. Because you deserve to feel good right now, not when your body looks a certain way, not when you take this particular vacation, right freaking now. You have to give yourself permission to feel more alive and more confident in your current skin. So something that I've been doing that's been really helping with this is to create an energy menu. So this is like a list of 5 different things that just make you feel so good. These 5 things, I know if I do any and or all of them, I know that it will basically bring me back to life. Mine are going for a walk, reading, meditating, disconnecting from any and all screens, and just calling or talking to someone that I know will make me laugh. And then I just pick one thing to do a day. That's it. Nothing crazy. Literally just one single thing. Because this season I do want to become the best version of myself, but at the same time, I don't want to burn out. I want this process to be maintainable and to actually be effective. And it's not going to be effective if I'm just too burnt out and too drained to do anything. So if you are feeling any kind of anxiousness towards the summer, please don't focus on the things that actually make you feel good. Be proud of what you have done, even if you're not exactly where you want to be. And if you do feel like you are kind of stuck in the mud and you don't know exactly what to do to get some momentum, in my last video, I actually made a habit tracker that you can use for 21 days. You just focus on 3 simple habits. It's completely free, and it just helps you really get to the root cause of why you want to build these certain habits and who and what it is you want to become. And it's just a really good reminder to have every single day. Like I said, completely free, doesn't use a ton of printer ink. You can literally just copy it down on a piece of paper if you don't want to print it, or just put it in your notes app, whatever you want to do. It's literally just a free tool for you to get some momentum and get some clarity, especially if you are wanting to just feel like you're making progress and get some guidance and clarity on where it is you want to go. And you can't do that without momentum. So I will link my habit tracker that I made down below, so make sure to grab it if it's something that you're interested in doing. And again, like I said, if you're just feeling lost and you need some kind of something to give you some momentum, I promise it absolutely will. So those are a few mindset shifts and a few things that I've personally been doing to help shake off that little jittery, anxious feeling of summer approaching and just wanting to hit the gas pedal on my goals. Because I know that if you're goal driven like I am, it can be hard not to put that pressure on yourself, because seasons do mark time passing, and I think that if we don't get ourselves to where we think we're going to be by that point, we get really disappointed in ourselves, and you don't deserve that. You deserve to reward all of the work that you have put in, and even if you feel like you haven't, you're here watching this video, and that means that you actually do want to put in the work and you're looking for a way to do that. And just make sure you give yourself permission to be happy now. I know we all want to be super in shape for summer. We want to, execute all these plans that we have, but summer itself is a beautiful season, no matter where you are and what you're doing. So even if you're at home by yourself, there's just ways to enjoy it, and there's just no need to put so much pressure on yourself to hit certain things. Obviously stay motivated for your goals, but don't make yourself feel so anxious that you burn out. It's just not worth it. Just to make sure you're actually doing the things that align with you. So I really hope this video helped you out if you are feeling a little antsy as summer approaches. And in general, if you do struggle with feeling anxious or any kind of anxiety, I know a lot of us feel it. It is a totally normal emotion. I just don't believe that it should be painted bigger than what it is, because it doesn't deserve to have that much power over us. It is just an emotion like everything else. We can overcome it by doing the right things, especially whenever you are living in alignment with yourself. I really hope this video helped you out. If it did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. We are going to make this an amazing summer, and I cannot wait to spend it with you. So go be kind to your mind and be bold with your energy. and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.